Being raised in the South Texas brush country means hunting, fishing, and a love of the outdoors is in your blood. After earning a wildlife biology degree from Texas Tech, I managed a ranch and ran my own outdoor production company. In 2011, I returned to South Texas and teamed up with my close friend Cody Phillips to start Double Shot Outfitter. We began with a focus on Texas nilgai and African hunting. Nilgai was a passion of both of ours, and it's an animal that is very rewarding to hunt. From the chase to the harvest, there is nothing like a big bull nilgai. In 2014, with multiple international trips under our belt and a vast client base for our outfitting, we decided it was time to expand and open South Texas headquarters. South Texas headquarters takes many business streams and combines them into a one-stop shop that includes processing, taxidermy, guns, ammo, and more. I'm Adam Batot, and I'm an outfitter.
Well, right now I'm going about as far in South Texas as you can go, and I'm gonna go meet up with the guys from Double Shot Outfitters, Adam and Cody. I've been referred to these guys. My buddy told me, Fred, he said they've got a free range area. These guys are open to any type of hunting, and when I told them I wanted to bow hunt, they were all about it. I'm going after a species I know nothing about. Not only have I not ever seen a nilgai, but I've never hunted them either. So I'm pretty excited to go give this a whirl.
Kind of to start this hunt off, what we're gonna do with the moon phases, we think we'll have a better shot doing a later start. So about 9 o'clock, we'll roll out. We'll go out in the F-150 kind of cruise around the ranch and spot and stalk. I mean, if we see a bull, 150 yards away, moving through the brush, we'll just send Fred after it.
I've heard they're super tough, really resilient animals. Is that true in your experience? I know you've guided a lot of hunters for them.
Yeah, they can soak up some lead for sure. I mean, we've heard stories of people pulling .338 bullets out of them. We pulled a .375 out of one.
Some animals I really believe are tougher than others, but you're saying nilgai's right up there.
Yeah, it's just shot placement,
Yep.
That's the key thing to most hunting, and with nilgai, it's very important. So we're driving on the north levee, just kind of get an idea, let the guys see the place, and we spot this bull. He's about 1,200 yards down the road, and there he was grazing. He was kind of dusting himself and kind of pulled forward, get out of sight. We had some trees blocking us, and I basically told Fred, you can go after it. We've got some brush cover to the right of him, and then we got brush to the left of him. If you hug that right side and just go, we'll stay up here and kind of watch him, see what he does. The wind's perfect, everything's perfect, so let's give it a go.
If I can spot him before he spots us, we may have a chance.
So the first stalk, Fred got a little taste of what it's like to hunt nilgai. We could see him moving in and out of the brush. He'd go in for a little bit, come back out. And, Fred would peek out and he wouldn't see him. Maybe the bull spotted them. Maybe it was just time to move off. They don't stand still long. I mean, that's what makes them challenging. That's what makes them fun.
Dang it, disappeared somewhere between when we started the stalk. It couldn't have heard us because we've got too much wind. Couldn't have smelled us because the wind's going kind of to our west. I'm not sure what happened. There, oh, right there. There it is, right there, right there. See the big white dome right below it? Now it's walking to the left of that. There its heads up. Oh, it's a whitetail. That was a whitetail, not a nilgai.
Well, right off the bat, I'm going, man, this is thick brush. There's a few little open senderos. We're driving down these little dirt roads, but it's gonna be tough to try and stalk something in this terrain. One, it's July, so everything's crunchy. The grass is a little crunchy, it's making noise. The dirt's even crunchy in some areas. There's little crabs running all over the place, which is kind of unique. And the tracks are big. I realize that these are big animals. He's explaining to me that, Fred, a big ones, they're 600 and they can go even over 600 pounds.
There's a bull right there. He took out front end. We're gonna see if we can cut him off one of these crossroads here.
There's an opening. You want me to just go down there?
Yeah.
Find a cross trail?
Go get him. We were on the west side of the ranch, and as we were driving, I looked over and I saw a bull move.
Here's what I'm starting to realize. Nilgai just randomly walk around and eat. They don't eat in one certain area, and if they do, it doesn't seem like it's for very long.
was a nilgai. It looked like a young nilgai, probably a young cow. I don't know much about him, but it was super light brown. That was awesome. We've got to do that again. Let's hit some more country and try and find another one. Oh, there's a big one coming in behind him. A big one coming in behind him.
The Outfitters is brought to you by America's best-selling truck for 40 straight years, Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
This is kind of crazy. This is one of the things Adam was telling me about right here. Whenever another one crosses, he said they tend to do their business in the same spot, which is interesting to me. I've got a lot to learn about these animals.
Nilgai is a very unique looking animal. It's got sharp horns, 8 to 10 inches long.
These things are everywhere. I mean, there's another.
They're very broad. They probably stand about 5 feet tall at the top of their back. Shows you a game-rich environment.
Yeah, shows you they're definitely around.
They weigh anywhere from cows will be 350 pounds, 400 pounds, to bulls being 500 all the way up to 700 pounds. Nilgai are territorial. They do have quite a big home range, but they'll hit the same latrine sites, and they're used to the brush, they're used to the water. They're gonna hit the same water holes.
Nilgai hunt's challenging. We don't hunt them from blinds, deer blinds. We don't hunt them over feed. They don't come to feed. They don't come to that sort of stuff. And it's getting out there and actually putting the time in, the foot time, the stalking time to get that animal. And whether you get one or not, it's so much more rewarding because you actually hunted them. And they're a tough animal to hunt.
Bigger bulls, you'll notice the size of the track. You'll notice just this weird drag. I mean, the only other animal I've ever seen do it is a zebra. And I don't know if it's a lazy thing or if they're just strolling along down the road. The nilgai, off a full moon, they tend to not move as much in the morning period. So the full moon makes it challenging, but it's also plays in our favor because when they wake up, after being in that sun in the heat of the day, they're gonna move towards water.
I am slipping through this grass, and all of a sudden I catch a glimpse of movement to my left, and 3 more nilgai come out of the brush and start feeding in this open cut. Now I'm a little nervous. I've got 3 over here to my left, another one up in front to the right. So it's great news because I'm seeing a bunch of animals. The bad news is it's relatively open country, and these animals are sharp. Now it's go time. I gotta wait for these 3 younger bulls. I have to let them go across, get into the trees, into the brush, where I can use that cover to try and close into bow range. Now here's the problem. On one hand, you're excited. There's a lot of animals here. On the other hand, I've got multiple pairs of eyes to deal with. The odds of me getting busted now have just increased exponentially. It's the end of a long day, but I got to see an animal I've never ever seen before. And to me, that makes everything worthwhile. So what did I learn about nilgai? I learned a lot. I learned they poop in the same place. I learned that they don't stand in one place very long. And I learned that they're super sharp. And I also learned that this is gonna be a lot tougher than I was hoping it was gonna be.
Yesterday was incredible. I had an absolute blast. Thanks so much.
Oh yeah.
So today, are we gonna be doing pretty much the same thing, or like we talked about, it looked like they were hitting water. Are we gonna bounce back and forth?
I think we're gonna bounce back and forth. This morning we'll kind of We're gonna check out the water spot and figure out a good spot to set up.
Sounds great.
We just dropped Fred off, and he's headed to the water hole where we saw a couple of bulls and cows yesterday afternoon. It's getting hot right now in the middle of the day, and we're hoping something comes in the water there.
It's our only enemy is the wind right now. It seems like a lot of these nilgai are coming in drinking in these steep banks. And I want to be in a spot where I can see a long ways. There's tracks all in through here. There's another nilgai track right there. It's gonna be a long, hot day, and we're gonna set up here, sit for at least 11, 12, probably at least 8 hours. But I'm hoping that because it's gonna be hot, there's nilgai coming to drink.
So Adam and I, we've known each other since junior high, high school, and went to college together. After that, we decided that hunting was an industry that both of us are going to be in, and we'd love to do it. We started Double Shot Outfitters, and Double Shot Outfitters, we do hunt worldwide. The majority of our hunts are in South Texas. South Texas headquarters is actually a retail store. That came out of the need from Double Shot Outfitters, taking care of our clients, turnkey operation, bring the animals in to get processed and taxidermy at the same location.
Well, Adam showed me a couple of different water hole options. After looking at them, there was one that just felt right. It was tight, but it was also open. There was enough brush where I could really blend in, but I could also see a long ways as well to see something coming.
What makes them hard to hunt also plays into your favor a little bit. They're gonna hit the same water holes. They're gonna hit the latrine sites. They know the area. They know, what stick has been moved, what tree's been cut down. So that makes it difficult. But if you can get set up in a spot that you're kind of naturally brushed in, that seems to help. It's doable, and I feel like people with experience like Fred or any of our other, good bow hunters, that it's definitely doable.
I'm starting to question my choice a little bit because after 3 to 4 hours, not one nilgai had shown up. Even though I'm not seeing anything, I'm constantly scanning. All of a sudden, my scanning pays off. I catch a glimpse of movement through the brush, and out walks a beautiful nilgai. This nilgai starts cutting around to the left, so I have to turn completely around in my chair, but I'm set up for it. I've got a shooting lane there. All I need this nilgai to do is walk through it. It's like they have a sixth sense. There is no reason that nilgai should have looked at me. None whatsoever. That nilgai did something I don't know that I've ever seen an animal do. It literally backed up.
Oh, come on.
It didn't turn, it didn't run. It's almost like it knew going forward was not a good thing. These nilgai are driving me crazy. A couple hours later, I'm sitting in the hot sun, look up, and here comes another group of bulls.
Don't go around. Don't go around.
Every one of them a bull, every one I would be tickled pink with.
Dang it.
They come down to the water. What do? 0 shot opportunity. Either quartering to me or they're up in the brush where I don't have a good shot. When they're quartered to you, I don't have a shot at the crease of that shoulder. If I shoot the crease of the shoulder, it's gonna be angling too far back, and that's not a good shot. That's not what I'm looking for. As one by one, they drink and start going back into the brush, I literally was like, I've got to make a move. I've got to try and make something happen. I jump up, I go around the brush and start trying to slip down to the water to try and get a shot. Figured my advantage was that the bulls were kind of walking away and weren't really necessarily looking back at where they just came from. But nilgai are sharp. I'd barely gotten down to the water, one of them busted me, and they were all gone. Just like that. This is turning out to be an absolute blast for me because it's a challenge on an animal that I know nothing about. but I'm learning really quickly.
So now, I'm gonna wait some more, and hopefully, another nail guy will show up.
This is King Ranch, and this is the all-new 2017 Ford Super Duty. It offers lots of power and torque. Lots of smarts, too. Like the available power locking remote tailgate release, and the optional integrated bed ramps are easy to get to when you need them, and stow easily when you don't. And that's not all Ford has done to improve the capability of the Super Duty. It now features an available new patented box link system. Check this out. 4 lockable die-cast zinc tie-down cleats, which means you can secure all different kinds of cargo. And here at King Ranch, that can be anything from farm equipment to recreational vehicles. This kind of technology is just one of the things that makes the 2017 Super Duty the toughest, smartest, and most capable Super Duty ever. This is the next level, and this is why Ford says, we own work.
Ford F-Series has been America's go-to truck for 40 years. Now's your chance to join one of the great hunting or fishing outfitters you see here and win a new F-Series truck. Just visit thefordoutfitters.com and enter the Ford Go-To Sweepstakes. Now I'm having a blast, but at the same time, I want a nail guy so bad. And I'm questioning some of my decisions throughout the last few days. Like, maybe I should have done this, and I'm learning more every day. Maybe I should have done this. And it's starting to get dark, and I look up, and here comes more nail guy. These 2 nilgai come in, and I realize it's youngsters. They're legal bulls, but they're tiny, tiny little nilgai. Now you could shoot bulls or cows, but on this ranch, the owner had told Adam and Cody that he'd rather just males be harvested. But these are 2 males. And of course, they're presenting me with a perfect shot. But right behind them,
Oh, there's a big one coming in behind him. A big one coming in behind him.
and then another big bull. And moving behind them, I see another bull. But I'm pushing light. I need to make this shot happen in the next few minutes before it's dark.
Oh yeah, there's one coming right in here. It's a dark one. Okay. Come on.
One bull comes in, and then another bull swings around and comes in at like 33, 35 yards. A perfect shot opportunity. It goes almost perfectly broadside. The legs back just a little bit, but I can see the crease. I know I can slide it right up against the edge of that shoulder and make a good shot in this animal's chest.
That was incredible. It's been such a day. I'm shaking so bad right now. I'm gonna text Adam and tell him to give it a minute.
So I got the text from Fred that said, I just pulled the trigger, wait 15 minutes to come get me. Me and Cody hopped in the F-150 and the Polaris, and I was blown away. You know, he had so many opportunities during the day, and to hear that it finally came, I was super excited. I was so happy for him because I saw his attitude about everything, his excitement about everything, and I knew with that attitude he was gonna get one, but just to have it happen was awesome.
Thanks, guys. I literally just smoked it. It was so awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
First nil guy, I am jacked. Thank you, man.
Congrats.
Seriously,
Yes.
it was unbelievable. Yeah, I felt real confident about the shot. It came right in, right up to the water, and there was a bunch of them. I was just, seeing something I've never seen before.
Let's go look.
You guys got a good light?
Let's go.
Well, it was super humid and hot, and we picked up the trail and started combing through, following the track. Adam was a little bit ahead of me and Cody.
Hey guys, I got blood over here. Over here.
You talk about a good feeling for a hunter.
Oh, there he is. I got him.
When you or one of your buddies finds the animal that you've just harvested, well, it's hard to explain that one. Nice. If you're a hunter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. That was so awesome. Thanks, Cody.
You bet.
I am pumped.
Look at this guy.
Look at that. Look at the shot right here in the crease.
Right where you're at?
Man, they're beautiful. Look at the mane. They are so beautiful. Look at the spot on his eye there. He's got a white spot here, white ears, beautiful spots on his face. And he's huge. I mean, that's as big as an elk.
Yeah.
You guys
So once you find the bull, that's when the work really begins. We've done it a lot of different ways over the past few years, and that's good. The one that really has started to work for us is we back the Ranger in there, you know, we'll cut trails, get close to it, we'll field dress it right there.
Man, is that a handy deal?
We'll crank it up, we'll take it back to the road, and
We good?
load it in the F-150 and drive it back to camp.
Fred, is that good?
Yes, sir. That looks great. I was really impressed with these guys because from the time that animal hit the ground to us getting him gutted and in the cooler was less than 30 minutes. That to me separates outfitters right there. These guys cared as much about the meat and the trophy as I did, and that impressed me. Man, thanks a lot, guys. That was awesome. I appreciate it, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Congrats again.
Really cool. Beautiful animal. Yeah, I'm pumped.
So this hunt couldn't have got any better. I mean, Fred had never seen a nilgai in his life, so we checked that off the list.